10 mixed signals guys send and what they really mean. Trying to decipher a man's mixed signals has become a part of every woman's dating life. We know how frustrating and confusing it can be when you talk to a guy, and he sends you mixed signals all the time. That leaves you wondering, what does he really mean? What does he really want? Does he like me and want a relationship, or is he going to leave me? Well, most of the time, mixed signals are simple to understand if we just take off our blinders. After watching this video to the end, you will understand most of the mixed signals most guys send and what they really mean. Welcome to a new video from the Social Psychology Masters YouTube channel. If you are new here, subscribe for more social psychology videos. And comment down below, "I subscribed," and let us welcome you. What are mixed signals from a guy? Mixed signals are confusing actions that make you question whether or not a man is interested in you for a serious relationship. Before we get into the examples of mixed signals from guys, it's helpful to look at the male brain so we can see why men do this. If you have been following our channel, you know that men and women view intimacy and relationships differently. There was a study done on college students that determined that humans fit into 3 categories: committers, flexibles, and recreationers. Committers view intercourse as an act of love and trust and occurs after commitment is developed in a relationship. Flexibles' intercourse can hold deep personal meaning, but can also be purely for pleasure and isn't always connected with commitment. Recreationers' intercourse is a basic need purely for pleasure and not associated with commitment. When studying the people that fell into the different groups, there were more women than men in Group 1, the committers, and more men than women in Groups 2 and 3. This means that in general, men are often going to view intercourse as more of a casual act that doesn't need to be tied to commitment. What the study doesn't mention is that if men want to get you in the bedroom, they know they have to be nice, friendly, and even flirtatious in order to achieve that. This means that if a man wants to get it on, he will act like a nice, caring, and loving person. But that doesn't mean that he's part of Group 1. It doesn't mean he wants to commit. This results in women getting mixed signals. It's because you think a man is interested in more than just intercourse, but the truth is, he may not be. 10 mixed signals guys send and what they really mean. Number 1. He messages you often but doesn't make plans to hang out. Say you meet someone and the two of you really hit it off. You exchange numbers and start texting back and forth, sometimes even flirtatiously. But they never ask you on a date or deflect when you mention spending time together in person. What he means is that he likes you just enough, but he sees no chemistry between you two. He doesn't see a future with you, but he likes your conversations and maybe enjoys flirting with you, but that's all it's going to be. Number 2. You don't get that call when you expect to. Who hasn't sat on their couch waiting for that almost special someone to respond to plans or a meme you sent hours ago? Sure, the other person might be tied up at work, but if time goes on and on, you're allowed to feel a little off about it. Maybe they don't follow up days after a great date, or they only text you when it's convenient for them. It's shorthand for they're not totally invested in you. Number 3. He says he can't wait to see you again, but is too busy to make plans. We're all busy. Juggling priorities is complicated, but if they want to spend time with you, they'll make it happen. If they aren't in a place in their life where they're able to prioritize a relationship, they may not be able to give you a commitment, no matter how well you get along or how much chemistry there is. Number 4. He randomly texts you out of nowhere after disappearing to say something meaningless. What he means is that he wants attention. Some men thrive on attention from women, and the best way to do that is to send something that is not too deep but still elicits a response. Number 5. He sends a text, then doesn't reply to your answer. If he does this to you every time he texts, that is really a deal breaker and not worth your precious time at all. But if he only does this once in a while, you can probably forgive this. He might just really be busy. Texting conversations don't really have an end or a beginning. He might ask you how your day is going, receive your reply, and then get busy at work. Or he might have been genuinely curious about your day and then didn't want to continue a long conversation at that moment. The more important thing to focus on here is how often he initiates conversations. If he is starting a conversation with you every day or every couple of days, this is a good sign he's interested in you. Number 6. He is all in for a period of time, then drastically changes his behavior. This mixed signal is essentially an accumulation of the various mixed signals mentioned previously, and it can also be a form of breadcrumbing. It occurs when someone texts you often, talks about a future together, shares personal information, and asks you to do the same, and then, for no particular reason, they change their behavior, ghost you, avoid you for a period of time, change their tone, or act guarded. Number 7. He says he just wants to be friends, but still flirts with you. What he means is that he still wants to keep you around, but now that he made it clear that he is not interested in dating you seriously. He feels that he can get away with flirting with you more openly without any strings attached because he was honest about his intentions. Number 8. He says he is not ready for a relationship, but who knows what might happen in the future. What he means is that he is either really not ready or he doesn't think you are the one. When he says, "Who knows what might happen in the future," this is his way of trying not to completely break your heart, so he gives you any sort of false hope. Either way, don't wait for him to be ready and just find a man who doesn't send you any of those mixed signals. Usually, men who are really into a woman will either not send mixed signals at all or send them in the beginning to test the waters and then be honest and clear about what they want. Communication is the key to a great relationship, and if you can't communicate openly and honestly with your partner, you're going to end up in a whole world of pain. Number 9. He has no sexual drive. This is a very confusing mixed signal because it goes against all of the normal generalizations of men. Studies always show that men want to make things more intimate, quickly, so if you have a man who doesn't want to, this can be very odd. It can make you feel like he's not attracted to you or doesn't see you as more than a friend. But this isn't necessarily the case. In general, men who don't want to take that step right away are likely part of the committers group that we saw previously. This is the group that sees intimacy as an act of love and commitment. Although there were many fewer men in this category, there were still men in it. Number 10. He flirts with someone else. If someone who shows interest in you is flirty with other people, they can send mixed signals. This might not be true for everybody, as different people have different tolerance levels for sociosexuality, but the typical monogamous dater will likely be confused observing this behavior in a potential partner. If you are on a date with your new person of interest and he flirts with the wait person, you may not be clear about where you stand. 3 possible reasons why he is sending you mixed signals. Reason 1, he is confused. In this situation, a man doesn't know if he likes you. Or he likes you but sees practical concerns about starting a relationship with you. In such a case, he takes 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Or he'll be nice to you at first, then suddenly push you away. Reason 2, you like him so much that you ignore red flags. It doesn't matter if he texts you within 2 minutes or keeps you waiting for hours. Or if he only wants to see you after 9 p.m. Everything he does is viewed as great. You're so in love that you don't see the negative signs. And all the positive ones are blown out of proportions. The result is that you create a rosy picture of the situation, and you'll probably end up disappointed at a later moment. Reason 3, you're insecure. Another possibility, which is also common among men, is that you don't know if he likes you. You wonder if he's into you when he doesn't instantly return your texts. If he doesn't contact you within 30 minutes, you panic, so to speak. This is a lighter form of separation anxiety. Should you be in a relationship, this can also turn into jealous behavior. But for now, you'll scare him off with that behavior. And that's why it's important to get it under control. So what do you think about this list? Is there anything you believe we might have missed? Let us know in the comment section below. To learn more, check out other videos on this channel and the links in the description. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.